Hi, Tracy here, and I have a layout for you that I titled the A-Team. I'm going through the stuff that I might use here. Actually, the full title is going to be The A-Team Breaks the Record. And it's kind of a news flash. And you'll see I stamp that. And I have to cover people in these pictures because my daughter was in track, and this was her first year actually, and she made the A-Team for the 440 relay, or the 400 relay. They used to call it the 440 relay when I was a kid, which is the baton relay, and 4 girls race it together. And so I don't have the other 3 girls' permission to have them here on YouTube. So right now I'm using that picture there for the colors, and I'm gonna end up with 2 pictures on this layout. And the papers I'm gonna use, I'm going with a yellow and gray because their uniform is gray with purple, and so the yellow is a complementary color to the purple. I don't have much purple, and purple is very difficult to work with anyway. So and I have some. I did think about throwing some in here, but then the purple, the gray, and then the black was going so well that I just changed my mind and decided you'll see I do put stamping, and then in my title I use just a smidge of black, and I decided that's enough. And here I'm looking, those are Bow Bunny, oh, I cannot remember the name. It's chipboard's heart and circle stickers, and they're by Bow Bunny. Can't remember the actual name of them, and I did not write that down, but it's Bow Bunny is the brand. And here I am deciding that I want that picture up at the top to be smaller, so I did cut that down some more, but you can't tell because I have it so covered. And the papers I'm using, the front one, that's the weave looking paper, is Jelly Bean Soup Neapolitan Bean Bisque. And it's Basil Pesto. Basil Pesto is the name of it. And then the gray one that the picture is right on top of is Adorn It. What is the name of this? Capri Gray Chevron. It's a yellow and gray chevron on the back, but it's like that gray. It looks like stamped leaves on the front. And then that sunburst paper that, I was so tortured to cut that because I love it for a background. I want to get another piece of it, but it just really went with this. It is Studio Calico from the Take Note collection, and it's called Protractor. I'm definitely getting another piece of that. And then the yellow chevron that I have a strip on the top and the strip on the bottom is Studio Calico Snippets, and it's called OK. And then for the background paper, that is a piece of white cardstock that I actually picked up at my local craft scrapbook store. And actually I hadn't realized it before, because I don't tend to look at the basic stuff there when I go there. But she has all different types of cardstock, so different textures. And this one, I don't know what you would call it. It looks like somebody drew fine lines in a weave pattern. I'm sure there's a name for it, and I just am clueless. But and here I'm inking. I use the Heidi Swap Shine in the gold, And this paper takes a long time to absorb it. So I really had to, I don't like to use my gun, the heat gun, unless I absolutely have to. Okay, there you can see I decided to do it off camera so that I could look at what I was doing without covering the picture. That frame up at the top, I attached it and then I cut it down, and it just looked funny without the top portion of the frame on the picture. So then I took it and I stapled it down closer in. So now it's fully framing the picture. Usually, I mean, I love things to be cut off on the edges because that looks like they're continuing, and it gives the page flow so that your eye doesn't like, when you get to that spot, you don't suddenly need to stop. So I do love to do that, but in this particular instance, it looked horrible. I didn't like, I've never done that with a frame before, and maybe it's this particular frame, I don't know. Which, by the way, speaking of, that frame is a pink paisley portfolio as the collection. And I'm still using that picture for my, that's like a sample picture I'm using. And there's the news flash. I'm going to go ahead and ink that right there. And I regret it. I really wish I would have inked it onto a separate paper and then fussy cut it out. Because the stamp didn't take well to the layers of paper. It looks good though. I mean, I love it. I love the stamp. It's adorable. I love that set of stamps. That set of stamps is also pink paisley portfolio collection, and I really love those stamps. I mean, they're very high quality, and they stamp really well, and they're cute. It's a bunch of different really usable, adorable stamps. And now I'm doing, there's a star in that pink paisley. I'm using that, and then I'm going to go in and get my, you can see up at the top left, my citrus twist. I'm going to use those stars as well. And then here I am making the full title. Like I said, it says the A-Team breaks the record because they broke the record for this, for our teams, our clubs, Bantam, that washi tape was not sticking down, so I added some ATG. They broke the record for our, the organization's Bantam relay that had been in place for, I think it was 4 years. So this is the first time they broke it. Then they broke their own record 2 more times. And I'm stamping stars. And then, oh, and I forgot to mention that background gold paper, that 8.5 by 11, that originally when I started, the beginning it was 8.5 by 11. That is a piece of the paper that I got, that I mentioned in another video too. It's a sample thing of like 40 papers from the paper company that I got online. And it's just a bunch of different papers. Excuse me. They sell the sample papers so that you can decide what to use for your invitations or your, different things. But it's a really neat paper. I mean, there's all different kinds of vellums, and anyway, so I punched out stars from that same paper, and then also silver POW paper. And I'm putting those everywhere. And I'm not sure if I do it on camera. I think I don't. I realize I want some of the stars to be like I was talking about before, hanging off the page. So I come back and I add them, and you'll see it in the pictures. Excuse me. And then I also added Studio Calico wood veneer stars too. And I keep thinking about that frame, or those photo corners. And that's all I end up using from the Bow Bunny is that little arrow up at the top right. And that's the actual picture, and I've matted it on just black cardstock. And I have their faces covered, and they're all holding the baton that they won the race with. And now I was looking for number 1. I have a number, and then I'm using the L, and then I finally find a 1. So I'm going to glue that down. And I'm pretty sure I do the stars off camera, and you'll see those in the pictures. And that washi tape, by the way, is from a Studio Calico collection, the one at the top and the bottom, that real zigzaggy chevron. I don't know the term for that, but it's a real wide chevron. And then there's star silver up at the top right washi tape, and that's I was trying to show you that I have the stars coming off the page there, and that got damaged. And you can see where I tiny attached the frame, and now you can see where the stars are coming off the page. Oh, and also I used Mr. Huey's, I think, Portfolio ink. I splattered. And there's lots of stars in my new news flash. And that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, the small letters, those are the Pier crepe paper with the gold. Okay, thanks you so much for watching. Have a great day.